Pushing buttons. Everybody lives quite happily. Everybody's got their own poverty. They'll probably end it all with their silly wars, killing people by the scores. They send you a form, the army needs you. If you don't join up, you know what we'll do. There is no use shouting, you don't get a say. Join up now, you'll never get away. Hundreds of thousands will end up on their list, just by pushing buttons and shaking their fist. They have built a shelter for themselves now. Never mind the workers, we have the know-how. Time is running out, Russia has begun. When the war is over, no one would have won. When the bomb is dropped, it will leave a mess. As for the inventors, they'll probably starve to death. For how could you judge the time the radiation would stay? And would you have enough supplies to last until that day? And how would you know that the bomb would not land on your protective shelter? For you would never get away, the radiation would melt you. There are a few things that I can't understand. Why does humanity want to kill man? The lemons would be grateful for the helping hand. Do you think that the world is really damned? And have we progressed from the caveman, just to end up destroying this land? Or will we be guided by the almighty hand? I suppose the end has got to come. No more man pushing buttons, they don't care about you. Pushing buttons, you know that it's true. Pushing buttons, you can't get away. Pushing buttons, it means the end of our day. Pushing buttons, the end is nigh. Pushing buttons, we're all going to die. Pushing buttons, 'cause a nuclear cloud. Pushing buttons, no more world. Violence. It is on your televisions and in the papers. Murderers, bank raids, and the rapists. It is in our history and in our future. Everyone accepts it is in our culture. Sitting in a pub, a fight breaks out. Football hooligans, hear them shout. Reds versus blues, glasses pout. Pigs move in, grab any lout. Bank holiday comes down to the beaches. Mindless yobs with distinctive features. Parkers, Crombies, and leather jackets. Just an excuse to use their tactics. Karate, judo, wrestling, boxing. They are all sports that no one's stopping. People just sit there enjoying watching. Stupid fools, they need their heads unblocking. Take our history, wars, wars, wars. Invading countries with gibbering jaws. The Soviet Union, the United Nations. New wars beginning with these foundations. Everyone has armies ready for invasion. Sitting there waiting with their nuclear savings. Violence will end us ranting and raving. We are a ridiculous species, nothing worth saving. Violence, it happens every day. Violence, it has always been that way. You grow up to accept it, a life with crime. It is just like saying, with clocks you have time. The man without the voice. Move, they say, progress has got you. Time has come now to replace the old with the new. They say down with the shack and the outside loo. Do not worry, we'll find a better place for you. They offer you a box 8 stories high. I want to live on the ground, not in the sky. They bulldozer your house now, there is no place else to go. You cannot buy another because you have no dough. They say sit inside you box, do not be a silly fellow. So you do as they say, but you feel real low. So you had to move house because you had no choice. Why, you know that it is true, you are the man without the voice. They do not care about you, it is always the same. It never happens to those who have found riches or fame. For if you had a mansion and not a house, they would treat you like a man and not like a mouse. So you sit there in your box going insane. You look for an answer, progress is to blame. So you sit in your box thinking at how you could win. An overdose perhaps, the room starts to spin. You did not want to die, you did it for the attention. But you have to be rich to get a mention. You sat there by the window looking below. If only I were rich I would not feel so low. Forget it because you were not and you were told to go. Why, you know that it is true, you have no choice. For you are the man without the voice. You are the man without a voice. Do you hear me? You have no choice. It is not your house, you only rent it, that is all. So you have to move when we call. Uniform. They grab you in the street, sir is my name. They sit you in a room, sus is the game. It makes them feel so great when they order you around. They've got everybody's hate, but no one makes a sound. They fire you with questions. Come on son, what's your game? Making loads of suggestions. Now tell us or you're lame. They put words into your mouth by kicking you around. So you are brainwashed into believing them. And your pain cannot be found. Your mind is scattered up as they march you into court. They cannot see your tortured gut. And your story will not be bought. You cannot beat the uniform wins all. Civilians are their forests, and when they chop we fall. So you are found guilty and your sentence is not small. Oh uniform, I hate you and I would love to see you fall. So we all pay our taxes for stories and not facts. For silly looking uniforms and 10-pint hats. We hate uniform, yes we do. They take you and they break you and put you in their zoo. Yes, we hate uniform, we hate the boys in blue. They nick you, convict you, and stick to you like glue. Yes, we hate uniform, they love their little fun. A crime like yours arises. Well, where were you, my son? Yes, we hate uniform, no alibis, you're nicked. So you do your time, which was not your crime. And when you are ripe again you are picked. Dull boy. They promise you things that are their golden view. But if they get their power, will England fall? So you give it consideration to the things that they say. So does every generation, should we give them their day? What will your vote do? What will your vote do? Although they ask for you and their ideas are new. What will your vote do? What will your vote do? They say, listen, it is true, we do care about you. But will they? Well, that is what they say. Do you reckon that they will increase our pay? Or is it just what they say? When they finally get in, their corruption begins. The other party's dreams are kicked in their shins. Down with their ways, up with ours. They have come to their end, it is time for us now. So they undo what they have done and destructions began. Industry falls and the dole queue expands. Everything they do increases the queue. They cannot stop it now, it is the beginning of hell. You get a tiny amount, so small you do not have to count. Oh, I want a job, I do not want to be a slob. So you gave them your vote just to join the queue. Well, I just want to quote, were their stories true? They said that they would increase our jobs and give us more money. But they have made us all slobs with their useless bunny. They get out of their rut and their ideas begin to work. But their time is now up and a new vote is dead cert. The other side move in and their ideas end. So now they get kicked in the shins and the queue starts again. Dole boy, sign on here. Dole boy, you cannot afford a beer. Dole boy, give them enough time. Dole boy and all will be fine. I wish they'd shut their gobs and do as they say. Because I want a job and not to waste away. All I want is what they have promised, but they are all corrupt and never honest.